hopefully, I don't know, coincidence, if you whatever you want to call it, but some of them were very important people.
I want to be very careful when I read all of this and I present this to you. There are some facts and there's a little bit of conspiracy. I'm just going to lay stuff out for you, and I want to follow this story and I want you to draw your own conclusions. But a nuclear physicist, MIT professor, fatally shot outside of his Massachusetts home, December of 2025. Retired Air Force general, the one that once ran classified space weapons research at Wright-Patt, missing from his New Mexico home in February of 2026. An astrophysicist from Caltech working on NASA's asteroid tracking missions, fatally shot February 2026. Pharmaceutical cancer research for Novartis, dead March 2026. NASA Jet Propulsion Lab Director of Materials, missing on a hike. Witnesses say that she was smiling and waving 30 feet behind her hiking partner, and then she was gone. And like I said, I need to be very, very careful with this. I'm not going to tell you what I think is going on. I don't know what's going on. The FBI doesn't, the House Oversight Committee doesn't, Energy Secretary doesn't. Donald Trump himself said last week, I hope it's random. But on April 20th, the House Oversight Committee, led by Republicans, James Comer of Kentucky, formally opened an investigation into the deaths and disappearances of at least 10 scientists and government workers connected to American nuclear, aerospace, and defense research. And then on April 21st, the FBI confirmed that it will lead a federal effort under Kash Patel to look for any possible connections. When James Comer and Kash Patel's FBI and Energy Department probes and investigations are all coming from the White House, and they're all saying that this pattern is serious enough to investigate, that is not in the Alex Jones sphere. This is the United States government saying this is concerning. And I'm not going to tell you the entire list because some of this is unresolved. But there's plenty of stories out there. And really, what I want to do is I want to connect a pattern. I want to connect a pattern that it's the Republicans that are pushing for these investigations. Maybe they know something, or maybe they're just scared. You have to remember, this is the party that doesn't like evidence. This is the party that doesn't like facts. This is the party that has buried expertise and killed science at every single time they can. So when they see these patterns, when they see legitimate scientists, people working on asteroids and comets for 25 years, people that have done miraculous research in science, we didn't see a connection, but the Republicans did. A little bit of, and I don't want to be indelicate here, he who smelt it dealt it. I mean, seriously. I wasn't looking at connections until Donald Trump, James Comer, all of these people brought it up. So what I'm saying is that there's an attack on science, and every single one of them, every single one of these individual cases has a plausible explanation. Rival scientists, there's suspects in custody, medical issues, people leaving their homes without their phones, a standard missing hiker case. But the FBI and the House Oversight Committee, they're asking, are these 10 missing dead scientists or specialists over this 2 or 3 year period a coincidence, or can we explain them away individually? The Trump administration is the one that opened this probe, and I'm going to say that again. They opened this probe. It's the same administration that on every other front has been tearing down investigative capacity at the FBI, the DOJ, at the Inspector General's office, the same administration that has the director of FEMA talking about being teleported to Waffle House. That administration. They're the ones looking at this list and saying, yeah, there's something there. So I just want you to keep in mind, when you read these stories, when you read the connective tissue, I want you to understand who is looking into it and who's trying to draw what lines. Because they're losing on science, they're losing on every level. So what did these people know, or what did these people not know? And what is the Trump administration trying to feed you? I'm going to follow this story all the way through, and I hope it turns out to be nothing. And if it does, you will hear it from me. But if it turns out to be something, you're going to hear it right here on Ring of Fire too. We do those long follow-throughs. So do me a favor, subscribe, hit the notification icon, leave us a comment. All of that keeps stories like this alive.